Have you ever stared at your portfolio and Singapore Straits Times Index just broke another record? Should I jump in now or will I regret it next month? It's a question every Singaporean investor has asked, and honestly, it comes up every time the market sets a new high. Maybe you worry about missing out, but right after that comes the fear. What if the market drops and I'm left holding the bag? Well, you're in the right place, because today I'm going to solve this puzzle for you. I'm Iggy from the Investing Iguana. I take complex markets and boil them down to what actually matters for your wealth right here in Singapore. The Investing Iguana was ranked number 8 on the 2024 Influential Tigers list by Tiger Brokers. We're now at over 1 million reads, 58,000 likes, and 900 videos with more than 500,000 watch hours. This channel is about clear, honest guidance, always aimed at the Singapore investor. Today's topic is one of the busiest in my inbox, so I've taken everything I know and distilled it into 7 crucial points that will change how you see Singapore's market highs. By the end of this video, you'll walk away understanding what the new records really mean, what's driving the market, how to handle the risks, and most importantly, how to make smarter investing decisions for your own portfolio and CPF. Let me tell you exactly what I'll cover. First, we'll talk about where the STI stands right now, by the numbers. Then, we'll look at how Singapore compares to our Asian neighbors, because you should never invest in a vacuum. After that, we'll dive into what's happening in the local economy, before moving on to why the banks have been such big winners this year. Next, we'll explore why REITs and income strategies still deserve your attention. We'll look at the major market risks no one should ignore. Then, I'll wrap up with my personal playbook, how I actually invest, and what I'm doing with my own money. Ready to grow your money and confidence? Let's get into it. First, let's set the scene. The STI just closed at a record 4,274. It has never been higher. The big question, are we peaking or just pausing for breath? The index is trading at 15.2 times last year's earnings. Over the past decade, the average has been closer to 13.8. So yes, things cost more. Price to book is now 1.4, really stretched compared to the historical 1 times. But here's the kicker. The market's earnings yield, the percentage you could expect to make from profits, is 6.6%, far above the best risk-free bond you can find in Singapore today. If you're holding everything in CPF at 2.5%, the market is still offering you more. And that's before we talk about dividends. The STI ETF still pays about 4.2%. Income matters, especially as we plan for retirement. But don't just look at Singapore in isolation. How does the STI stack up across Asia? Compared to Hong Kong, Malaysia, Indonesia, even Thailand, we're middle of the pack on PE. Singapore's dividend yield is among the highest, with only Malaysia matching us. Hong Kong stocks are cheaper, but also carry more risk. Southeast Asia is less expensive, but you don't get the same stability or reliable dividend support. So here's a practical way to look at it. If you value safety and steady income, Singapore still offers plenty of reasons to stick with the home team. But if you're chasing maximum growth, you need to look further afield and accept the risks that come with that adventure. Now, what's driving these valuations? What's the real health of our economy? Economic growth this year is forecasted at 2.3%. That's slower than last year, but still decent. Inflation, especially core inflation, is super low at 0.6%. The Monetary Authority of Singapore is keeping money policy easy. Unemployment is stable at 2%. And government bond yields at 2.08% are close to historical lows. In plain English, no overheating, no freeze, just stability. All these facts support staying invested, but being realistic about future returns. Let's talk about what's pulling the STI to new heights. The banks, DBS, OCBC, UOB make up over half the market. This year, each of those banks is up north of 29%. Fat net interest margins, lots of lending, fortress balance sheets. These are the reasons. DBS is at $49.21, PE just over 11, and a 5.1% yield. OCBC, 1727 a share, 10.6 times PE, and nearly 5% yield. UOB, 37, 36, 9.3 times earnings, also a 5% yield. These are not speculative bets. They're the Singaporean version of rental flats. Dependable, steady, and always in demand. For CPF or SRS investors, this kind of dividend compounding can be the secret sauce to building wealth long term. But don't sleep on income strategies and REITs. Are you building portfolio income for the future? Singapore REITs continue to deliver, with average yields well above 5%. Their borrowing costs are easing, now around 3.85%. The extra income you get over holding Singapore government bonds has narrowed, but is still compelling, just under 4%. But here's my warning. It's not the fire sale it was a year ago. Buy when yields spike or borrowings get even cheaper, not when crowds rush in. That's how to build rising income for retirement safely instead of chasing at the top. Let's pause for a second. If you want even more facts, more charts, more personal stories, remember to visit the Investing Iguana Substack. That's where I go deeper, with full write-ups, lots of charts, more examples, and everything you wish YouTube could show on screen. Link is in the description. See you there after you finish this video. Now let's talk about risk. Because if you think the market can only go up, think again. External shocks are a real risk. Think trade wars, US or China surprises, big moves in global interest rates. We can't control these, but we can plan for them. If bond yields spike, banks and REITs will get hammered. Quick changes to MAS policy, that'll send risk assets spinning. So what do? I always keep some cash or Singapore savings bonds. Think of it as having dry powder if things get cheaper overnight. You want to be the one buying great stocks from nervous sellers, not the other way around. Now here's my stepwise blueprint for Singapore investing, what I actually do. With CPFOA, I park new savings in the latest SSBs, which are paying close to 2.3% right now. If the STI falls 6 to 7%, I move half into the STI ETF or top banks. If there's a bigger pullback, say to 3,900 or so, I deploy the rest. If I'm investing cash or SRS, my anchor is the banks, half my core, then SGX and defensive consumer stocks for another 20%. I add REITs only when the extra yield they pay over bonds is fat, 4% or more. Finally, 10% goes into regional ETFs for diversity and growth. Here comes my personal view. I've been tracking Singapore's markets and CPF trends for years. Every time I see volatility or new highs, two lessons repeat. Don't chase the crowd and don't freeze in fear. Right now, the STI isn't cheap, but it's no bubble either. As long as the market delivers safe yields above CPF and government bonds, I sleep well with long-term positions. The big trap? FOMO. Everyone wants to be the star who bought at the lowest price, but most end up buying too high and bailing during the next dip. Use CPF and SSB as your holding area. Add to strong winners when the entry gets better, and always be ready for the bargains a dip will offer. Let's wrap up with a quick summary. Singapore's stock market is at record highs, but that's no reason to panic or jump in with both feet. With steady, staged investing, focusing on our local banks, solid income stocks, keeping some cash, and using CPF and SSBs wisely, you'll build wealth for the long term, even when prices are high. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to keep growing your investing confidence, give this video a like, share it with friends, and subscribe to the Investing Iguana. And if you want a real edge, become a premium member. Premiums get all my videos a week early, along with urgent alerts and deep dive market calls. It's just $1 a month. Think of it as your daily financial fuel before anyone else gets it. Ready to join the inner circle? Hit the link in the description and get started now. And if you want more on practical strategies, check out my video on top CPF investment moves for 2025. That'll show you even more ways to maximize your wealth in Singapore's ever-changing market. Thanks for watching. Stay calm, stay steady, and keep investing like an iguana.